There was a time in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, I think, when much of the new technology seemed like magic.
One can shine this beam through the lens of the eye, and they can thereby do surgery in the back of the eye.
Things like the laser, like computers, programmable systems, like the transistor that goes into all your microelectronics.
And the capabilities that we began investing in the Cold War helped us win the Cold War.
The chairman of my department came into my lab and said, "Look, you've got to stop. That's not going to work."
Conducting polymers because they didn't exist, because people said they couldn't exist.
All I know is this molecule is just crazy, right? And we were sticking our neck out.
Well, once I had the idea of the laser, it was very clear to me that was going to be tremendously important.
But there was a big surprise, something that nobody predicted, and that was the buckyball, or the C60 molecule.
If we could show that they did exist, one could see down the line the potential for a wide range of application.
The problem that we face is not 20 years from now, and it's not 30 years from now. It's now.
Government investment in basic research is critical to creating the next generation of scientists and engineers.
They're the people who will be working in their fields for perhaps up to the next 50 years.
But we have to provide them the jobs and the funds and the facilities to pursue their fields once they get their degree. And if we do that, we can rise above the gathering storm.
When we're attacked next time, it may be with a game-changing technology that we have not even begun to explore. Most of the game-changing technologies that people assume were just brought off the shelf, in fact, come from basic research that may have occurred in some cases decades before.
The study of molecules of microwaves, supported by the military, but nobody imagined that it would come through with this, but it did. And that's the way new discoveries come.
Without investment in basic research, there is no future.
We may not know exactly how those research areas will pay off, but we do know that they will come to fruition for future conflicts.
But it all stems from that fundamental requirement to invest in basic research and to advance the frontiers of science in those areas that are most important to the Navy and Marine Corps.
The mission that we have in the Department of Defense is to anticipate those areas which will lead to disruptive technologies that will provide our soldiers with extraordinary capabilities.
In cognitive science and new materials,
quantum computing, immersive technology,
network science, neuroscience,
biologically inspired technologies,
nanotechnology, autonomous systems and robotics.
Maintaining our technological base is not just important, it is absolutely vital.
You want our servicemen and women to always have the advantage.
To make sure that our sailors and Marines always are in an unfair fight.
We want to build robots that complement us, that are compatible with us.
A unique protein which no one has found.
Soldiers' uniforms that have nanostructured pores that can open and close in the presence of a chemical or biological.
It's really about to understand the rules the brain uses to turn the information into all sorts of amazing mental capabilities.
Technology that we think biology could have an influence on.
Investing in research is, to a large degree, betting on individuals.
I like to do things first and best.
It's kind of neat being able to look at something and knowing that you're the first person to really study it.
I've always told my students, do crazy experiments. Don't blow yourself up.
My student just came in a few minutes ago and gave me this new data on this material we didn't think we could make.
We're working on it. Being scientists means that being a creative person.